So what should we say for the intro? Oh, okay, maybe this. Hello, Internet! Welcome to... What? What do you mean that's taken? Okay, how about this? Welcome to Anime... What do you mean that's taken? Ugh, fine. Hello, viewers. Welcome to my channel, which is to be named at a later date. My name is Alyssa, Liz if you want, and I'm here to talk about media convergence. Oh, come on! I'm using Black Butler as an explanation. Thank you. Now, media convergence plays a huge role in everyday lives, especially if you own a phone, computer, or even just a book. Media convergence is defined by Pavlik as the coming together of computing, telecommunication, and media in a digital environment. So, what does this mean? Well, look at the internet. The internet is a place of cat videos, information, and online stores. Usually the information and medium is used in one of three convergence: cultural, economic, or technological. These three groups are connected in some way or another in any sort of media. To explain, let's look at Black Butler. To get things out of the way, I think it's self-explanatory how the series relates to both economic and technological convergence, seeing as how there is a Japanese comic series, aka a manga, that was converted into an anime, that was converted into two movies, one live-action movie shall not be named, and a cafe in Japan. A cafe! Wait. Hey! Can we go to Japan? Tickets cost how much? Never mind on the trip. What really interested me, though, was how many cultural references were in the series. And not just Japanese references, no, I think there's actually a lack of that. To explain, let's look at the plot. And I don't think this is really necessary, but just to avoid any YouTube hate, you have been warned. So, cultural convergence. What is it? Well, according to Pavlik, culture, in this case, refers to the values, beliefs, and practices shared by a group of people, or the perspective of how we consume, create, or distribute media content. How does Black Butler work with this? Well, without having to go into great detail, this is a manga from Japan to the world. Need more information than that? Then let's take a closer look at the plot. The story is set in Victorian England, where a young Earl, C.L. Phantomhive, and his mysterious demon butler, Sebastian Michaelis, police England's underworld, which is like the shady side of the law. According to Wei Lo, God, I hope I said that right, Black Butler exemplifies a type of gothic style that has become popular in post-war Japanese shoujo culture, in the age of postmodern globalization and post-colonial reevaluations of the legacy of 19th century Western imperialism. So in other words, the series shows a shoujo perspective on Victorian England. Now, you'd think a story like this would be far-fetched. The demon part, yes, of course. But the creator Yana Toboso did her research when it came to creating the story. In fact, most of the inspiration came from old literature from or about England and demons. Throughout the manga and the anime, there are little historical and cultural facts about not only England and Japan, but also China and India. Take Prince Soma and his butler Agni. These two characters were meant not only to bring plot to the series, but also Hindu culture. Soma and Agni's names actually have meaning behind them. The manga itself comes with a series of translation notes used by, well, translators. In Book 4's translation notes, Agni is, quote, a Hindu deity, the god of sacrificial flame, while Soma, quote, in Hinduism, is a deified plant from which the nectar of the gods is produced. It makes sense since, quote, Soma is closely related to Agni, so the relationship between them is more than justified. Names aren't the only cultural reference in this series. Digressing back to her inspiration, Yana Toboso also added famous English authors in her series, such as Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the author of Sherlock Holmes. Now, I could go on and on about the cultural references in Black Butler, but let's take a step back and ask, how does this affect us? In Japan's case, not that much. I mean, manga and anime to them is just like cartoons and comics. Not much different. They may be able to learn some sort of imperialistic Western history, but again, this comes from a shoujo perspective. It's quite normal in their case. What about Western culture? There is a lot that we can learn as Americans from just this manga. However, as an American, I see very little adults read manga or even watch anime. So why is the younger generation more into genres like anime while adults are more closed off to foreign features? According to Prensky, I think I'm saying that right, and his article on digital natives and digital immigrants, the new generation, or digital natives, are more familiar with digital media, like the internet, and learn things through it, while digital immigrants, like our parents maybe, need to learn how to use technology. And in some cases, just like real immigrants, some are better at adapting to the culture than others. Kinda like how my dad is kind of the techie of the whole family. This statement actually makes a lot of sense, considering how I found out about Black Butler was through a bunch of funny GIFs I found online. So there you have it, a lecture on media convergence, all while looking at manga / an anime series. See, learning is not painful. At least you listened.
Cold nights call the pale moon, illuminating scars that tear apart. Clouded skies come too soon, and desire darkens in my heart. If only moving tears, the like stolen lies. Please explain the darkness, tell me